Happy Saturday, folks. George Adventure here. I am going to do my Saturday Stockman Stampede. Me and Miss Linda, Miss Georgia, we're up here in Hiawassee, Georgia. And so we got up this morning and went and had breakfast, and we've been antiquing all day. Antiquing. We went from Hiawassee to Blairsville, back up to Hiawassee. Sorry about that, my throat's dry. So we've been in a bunch of antique places. Of course, you know, I'm looking for knives and just different things, odd and end things. And so the last one that I was in, we just have left and got back here to the cabin. I was looking in the display case, and they had this case, Stockman right here. And it's a 1970 red bone, 6375. It's a 75, so large Stockman. It's actually in real good shape. The blades have a lot of snout. You can see it right there. You can see that real pretty red bone. If I can tint it, it's dark red bone, but it's a pretty bone. See it right there. That was real popular back then, but it's got the longer case oval shield on it. It's got your standard blades, got your clip point. You can see the tang stamp. It's got 10 dots. It's got some good patina on it, but I'm gonna clean the blades up when I get home. And it's got some good snout. It's got your spay blade, and it's still pretty tight. It's got your spay blade. There's no stamping on it. Good snout. It's got your sheep's foot blade. Sheep's foot blade's the only one that you can tell the guy must have used. Whoever had it must have used this one a little bit more than the rest of them. You can see it, how the tip is. You can see this right here, but that's still not hurt. I'm gonna clean it up. I may sharpen this blade, profile it. I ain't gonna do a whole lot to it, but clean it up, clean the inside of it up. Like I said, it's I don't know how long it's been in that little display case, but if you can see down in there, it needs cleaning up. That's all. Just some good cleanup. But it's got some good snap to it. And I thought it was a great find when I looked down and I saw it laying there. And the lady came off of it. What she came off of it? 15%? Mm-hmm. Came off of it 15%. So I figure it must have been there for a little while, but you can see the boasters. Boasters are good. I mean, there's not really, I mean, there's some little bit of average worn, but it's not really beat up or anything. There's the back springs. I'm gonna clean them up. I got some stuff, take that off. It's got a little bit of gap right there. You can see it. Oh, you can see it right there. Just a little bit of gap right there. But the knife it's a 70 model, so I was 10 years old when it was made. So there you go. So I'm not gonna carry it or anything. I'm gonna put it up in just as a collector's item. You know, I was glad to find this whole thing. I've been looking all day. I found some knives, but they wanted an arm and a leg for them. You know, I'm like, no. But even the oval shield is really in good shape, real good shape. You can see it. It's definitely got the natural pocket worn to it. But it's a pretty red bone. You know, I was pretty excited, and Miss Linda gave me her blessing with it, so I went ahead and got it. But I'm gonna do another video when I get it cleaned up I'm gonna get the blades cleaned up and maybe sharpen them a little bit. I'm gonna clean the back springs up, and I'm gonna clean the inside where the blades fold up too. I'm gonna clean that up, polish it up a little bit. The bone's pretty. You can see it's a 75, man. 75. And these older 75s like this are hard to find. I mean, they're just, you know, you don't see many of them. But I was pretty fortunate. So we're going to see the Oak Ridge boys here at 7. So we're gonna come. We came back here to chill out a little bit. We've been going since early this morning. We've been to, golly, probably. This last antique place we went to was called the Antique Mall. They had a lot of cool stuff in there, man. They had some knives. I didn't see any Zippos, but they had a lot of old tools, just a lot of glass stuff, a lot of nice stuff in there. But I just happened to look down in this cabinet, and this one was in there, and one of the newer buck knives. And I just wanted to get this one. I did find what was that knife we seen earlier today that they kind of wanted? It was a case, but they wanted to me a little too much for it. They was proud of it. And they had an Uncle Henry, a newer Uncle Henry, but I've already got one like that, and I didn't get it. It was $10, but maybe I should have got it because it was just $10. But I tend to, when I go to the antique places, I tend to look for Zippos. I look for the case knives or the buck knives or any of the old brand knives. They had a keen cutter in there, but the blades were broke. Though it was a case, it was an older. It had a brown Delrin, but it was an older one, and it was a smaller Stockman, but it only had one blade. The other two blades were broke, so I didn't get it. They wanted too much for it, to me, with the blades broke. I mean, this thing, it's not pristine, but it's pretty close to being, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it except for just the blades need cleaning up, and this sheep's foot blade needs a little bit of, not much work, but just a little bit of work to it, a little sharpening and all. Get the point back on it. But pretty pleased with this thing, and really. I mean, you can see this clip point blade. I mean, it's got a little bit of usage right here, but not much. It's pretty close to being like it was, except for the teener. What I like though, when the lady took it out, let me see it. I like the snap. So all 3 blades has good snap. So there we go. That's my Saturday Stockman Stampede, 1970 model, 75, up here in Hiawassee. So if any of you guys ain't never been to Hiawassee, Georgia, and you live in Georgia, you should come up here. It's a neat place. A lot of good restaurants. Lake Chatoogs up here, not far from. Yeah, we know a good place you can rent. We know the guy that owns this place, so. He's actually my realtor, so. But anyway, 1970 model, 6375, red bone, large Stockman. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend, and keep your blades sharp. Be careful.